How's it going, guys? I'm just here to talk about the sneak peek I went to not yesterday, 2 days ago? Or was it yesterday? It was yesterday, Sunday. I got first place, and it was really the first tournament I've ever gotten first place that was of anything. Well, first place at one that I haven't run or been a part of. And like the first kind of like larger event that was bigger than just a regular local. I mean, not a huge deal. It wasn't like a regional or anything, but and that video is coming, the whole documentary of that regional experience. That was pretty good too. But I'm going to show you guys the mat I won. Probably not going to sell it, but if you want to make an offer, make an offer. This is just a trophy to me, and it just looks so good. And it's just cool that I earned it. Now, I am going to go over with you guys how I won. I'm just going to kind of break down the deck. This is pretty much going to be just a different style deck profile, and just basically going over all the actual combos and stuff I do with the Naturia deck, because a lot of people have been asking about it. A lot of people send me private message saying, you know, I see the deck profile, but I don't understand what you do. So let's start off. Now, the first thing you have to understand is, before I go over this, is that let me just get them out here. Okay, is that these guys, these 4 cards, 3 Cliffs and the Dandylion, are like Sangan in that if my opponent has control of them and they're sent to the graveyard, I get their effects because they hit the graveyard. Naturia Cherries doesn't work like that because it's worded very, very stupidly, but whatever. So basically, they're the reasons that I play creature swap. And obviously you can give your opponent just weak monsters, but giving them those monsters is just fantastic because you're going plus. It's just amazing. Now, also to complement creature swap, I play mind control, because if you have a mind control and a creature swap and at least one monster on the field, you're doing really well. Because say your opponent has 2 monsters, right? You mind control the one you don't want, and then you creature swap it for the one that you do want. Basically, so while creature swap lets your opponent pick what they're gonna give you, mind control effectively, you know, lessens their options. So you could, you know, optimally get a stronger monster from them. Now, because I'm sending these monsters to the grave, and the whole engine of the deck is Naturia Cliff, Pot of Avarice is a really big card, and if it was at, you know, a higher count, I mean, other decks would benefit off it as well. But Pot of Avarice is a game winner in this deck, along with Naturia Marron. Marron is basically a small Pot of Avarice for Naturias, and if you can safe zone him and you have a lot of Naturias in grave, you're going to be drawing 2 cards a turn, and you're going to be replenishing your monster pool. So, and it can also, of course, do the Naturia Synchros. So, like I said in that little kind of spiel, safe zone is also a huge card in the deck, because you have to protect your little monsters, and you also have to protect your big shit like Bamboo Shoot. Bamboo Shoot is basically what won me the tournament. Just stalling until you can get him out, and then if your opponent has something stronger than him, either wait till you can get rid of that, creature swap it, or as long as you can protect Bamboo Shoot, you're fine. Because think about it like this: once you play Bamboo Shoot, they can't MST your back rows. You know, they basically have to play Breaker the Magical Warrior or Rai-Oh to get rid of stuff. I need an ultimate Bamboo Shoot. I only have one. I'm going to change the lighting a little bit. It's a little dark. There we go. A little bit better. Now, of course, Naturia Cherries is really probably the best card, one of the best cards in the deck, in that it lets you easily summon Bamboo Shoot, it lets you stall, it lets you synchro, it lets you sack for Tytannial if you, say drew it first turn and you can't Lonefire it. It's just amazing. White Oak is great against decks that run Imprisoning, and really anything that targets, like Compulse. Like it's really good against big back row decks, because they try to target it, and you have more Naturias. It's awesome. Now, I did take out Spore for Cosmobeet, because Cosmobeet is such a cool way to go a first turn Bamboo Shoot if you're not going first. Your opponent sets a monster, you activate his effect and special summon it, and then you first turn summon Bamboo Shoot, and you pretty much have a game. I only run one, so it's not like it's gonna happen all the time, but it's also a great target for Naturia Marron's effect to Foolish Burial Naturia, because then you can reborn it or Call of the Haunted it, and then sync it with Marron into a level 5, preferably Naturia Beast. Only one effect veiler. Now, Fossil Dyna is a great card to have one of, just for both of its effects. I think 2 would be too many, but it's whatever. Now, Lonefire and Tytannial. Tytannial wins games. Lonefire just gets you whatever you need. Sometimes you go to Tytannial, sometimes you go to White Oak, sometimes you go to Marron or Cherries. You know, it's not like I just have Lonefire in there to get Tytannial. You know, like, all the targets, you know, have a purpose. So, I'm just going to skip over the staples. My Destruction Engine is just, you know, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, MST, 2 MSTs. I am going to go over this just because I love this card. SPIEGELKRAFT. Jabbin. Deutschisch. 2 Fiendish Chain, 2 Bottomless. Now, I am going to go over the Bottomless because you kind of need this card in this format. Just because it's just, I don't know, it's just really good. You Bottomless, they're not Dolka, they're Lagia. They have to use, you know, its negation effect so then you can do other shit. Use it against the dinosaurs when they're, you know, using Rabbit to go into the dinosaurs, because it kills both of them, because it, you know, it doesn't target. It just says when the monsters are monsters are summoned. 1 Call of the Haunted. 2 is too many, but like 1 is really great for this deck because it is a lot about graveyard control, and part of that is Marron. And if you have 2 Marrons in grave with a bunch of Naturias, and you can reborn Call of the Haunted, the Marron, and protect it, you're, like I said, it's like I said before, you're going to be drawing, you know, twice per turn. And then the Solemn Brigade. So let's go on to side deck, because the side deck is really what won me this tournament, and what, you know, had me get like 45th-ish place at the regional I went to. I run 2 Rai-Ohs. I mainly, if my opponent's running, specifically what hurts this deck is macro, because, you know, all the effects say when they're sent to the graveyard or send whatever to the graveyard and you get the effect. I like to take out the White Oaks, like a White Oak and a Cliff, for the Rai-Ohs. Mainly because if I don't hit the MSTs to get rid of their Macrocosmos or D-Fissure, I could really benefit off of having a 1900 beater that has a great effect, as opposed to the search guys that won't work because they're getting removed from play. Alright, now this card is actually what won me the last match at the sneak peek. Both of them, actually. I was playing Sam, my friend, and he was playing anti-meta, so I summoned Lava Golem on his 2 monsters. Now, I didn't really have a defense, so he actually swung with it and dealt me 3,000 damage, and then he summons BLS, and he's just trying to ruin my day. And then I sacked the first Lava Golem and the BLS for the second Lava Golem, and was able to defend, and then he just died. He just, you know, the Lava Golem killed him. It's a fucking great card. I just can't tell you how much I love Lava Golem. It is just my favorite side deck card right now. The second Fossil Dyna in the side deck, and 1 Maxx, because mainly, you know, Maxx is really big for me if you're playing Gores, or if you're playing like Battle Fader or Swift Scarecrow. So I really don't. So I don't really need more than 1, because it's not like a game changer. It's not going to save my life. Emergency Provisions, because this is a stall deck. So if I know that if we have 2 minutes left and we're siding for Game 3, I'm siding these in for my Solemn Brigade, because if I have more life points than you when time's up, or when the sudden death is up, I win. The third MST is here. Alright, now for Mermail and other decks in Dark Worlds, we have Soul Drain, just a great card. Have not had the opportunity to use it, but I'm going to assume it's pretty great. Shadow Imprisoning for so many decks. Engrave the Super Ancient Organism, another card that wins me matches against, you know, any Synchro deck. It kind of wins me against Dark Worlds if I can find room for it when siding. Just because, you know, if you don't know what it does, it's all level 6 special summoned. The level 6 or higher special summoned monsters on the field cannot attack or activate their effects. So if I have that, Bamboo Shoot, and Safe Zone, if I'm, like, you know, playing against a Synchro deck or a large monster like deck, like dragons, it's really good. Now I'm going to go over the extra deck really quick. Nothing too extraordinary. There is one thing I want to explain. Where is it? Not this. Formula Synchron, because the cherries and the Dandelion tokens, Armory Arm. Now, I am going to explain Scarred Warrior. It basically lets me synchro with, like, say, what's her name? Effect Veiler with a level 4 into a generic 5. And then he's an Earth, so I can sync like a cherry with him into Barkion. So it's, you know, it's a way to get out of the generic synchroing into a specific must be Earth. Gaianite, Black Rose, Scrap Dragon, Stardust, Mistworm, Zenmanes, 20, 17, 39, and Maestroke. Now, I really like Mistworm, having the option to Mistworm over Gaga Cowboy, but if I do have room, I would put it back in, just for, like, you know, the burn effect. But then you could just put in that, whatever the ship card is called, you know, for burn and overtime. But that's the deck. It's just been serving me really well lately, and it's just, you know, the deck that I've been playing for years and years, so I know it like the back of my hand, unless I make like a significant change to it. But, you know, I think that's really a good part of being a good player. It's not just, you know, getting a deck list off the internet. It's not just copying someone that you saw do well at a regional. It's playing a deck for a long time and knowing it and, you know, kind of living it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. It's a little long, but it really is just an in-depth explanation of how I took this, you know, deck, like, theme and made it my own, and I'm starting to really win with it. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later.